Welcome back. In the last episode, we covered track arrangement, building the arc of your mix, and how I use tagging to keep my library organized. Now, if you missed that one, go back and watch it first because this step builds on all of that. Now we're at step 3. And honestly, this is the fun part. This is where it all comes together. We're making the mix. Now, one thing I want to be clear with up front is I'm not going to teach you how to mix. That's a whole different series, and I'm assuming you already know your way around the decks. What I am going to do, however, is walk you through the process around the mix, the setup, the recording, the file management, the top tips that will save you time and headaches later. So before you hit record and pour your energy into a full set, do this first. Record just 30 seconds and play it back. Now, I know it sounds basic, but you want to confirm that everything is connected and all of your cables are in the right place. You need to know that you are actually receiving signal into your recording software, and it takes less than a minute to do this. It can save you from one of the most painful experiences in recording a DJ mix. I'm talking about finishing a mix that you are genuinely proud of, going to save it, and discovering that it never recorded. Now, this has happened to me more than once. It is not a fun situation and it's completely avoidable. Do this 30-second test every single time. So I record my mixes directly into Serato. There is a built-in recording function, and for most people, that's all you need. Hit record, mix, save it, done. But there is another option worth knowing about, recording directly into Audacity. The big advantage here is that Audacity lets you monitor your levels in real time as you mix. You can watch the waveform building and make sure that you're not pushing the signal too hot. If you're someone who tends to mix loud, this extra visibility is genuinely useful. Either approach works, use whichever fits your setup. Now here's something that will make a real difference when you get to the mastering stage. Record your mix at a lower level than you normally would. And what I mean by that is the headroom. Headroom is simply the distance between the loudest peak in your mix and the absolute maximum level your recording can handle before it clips and distorts. You want that gap to exist. You want it to be generous. And the reason is simple. In the next step, we're going to be processing and mastering this mix and bringing it up to a polished, broadcast-ready level. If your recording is already peaking near the ceiling, you've got nowhere to go. Give yourself some room to work with. And we're going to cover exactly what to do with that headroom in episode 4. And once your mix is done, export it and save it as a WAV file. And the reason for this is quality. A WAV file retains all of the audio information from your recording, whereas an MP3 compresses it and permanently removes some of the data in the process. We are going to do some processing on this file, and every time you apply processing to a compressed file, the quality degrades a little bit more. So by starting out with a WAV, it keeps everything at its best until we're ready for the final export. Once the mix is saved, write your track list. Don't skip this, you're going to need it later for publishing, and it's much easier to do it now while everything is fresh. If you're using Serato with an account and you're logged in, this is genuinely painless. A one-button click takes you straight to the Serato website where your playlist is already waiting for you. Copy it and you're done. If you're not using Serato or you don't have an account, no problem. Take a screenshot of your tracklist view in your DJ software and drop it into an AI tool. It will read it and write it out as clean text for you in a few seconds. However you get it, save your tracklist as a plain text file. I keep mine as a .txt file in the same folder as the mix, and it's always where I expect it to be. File and folder organization is something that I feel strongly about. Good file and folder hygiene will save you a significant amount of time across a full series of mixes. I have a dedicated folder for each mix, and inside that folder I keep everything related to it. So the WAV file lives in there, the track list lives in there, and later the artwork and the final MP3 is going to go in there as well. Everything in one place, named consistently. It might sound like a small thing, but when you're on the 10th or 12th mix and you need to find something quickly, you'll be glad that you set this up from the start. Hunting around for a file that you can't locate is a frustrating waste of time. So be consistent and pick a naming convention and stick to it. One more thing on consistency, the length of your mixes. Now, around about 60 minutes is the standard for a podcast mix, and it's a format that your audience will come to expect. That said, it's entirely your call. Some people do 90 minutes, some people do 45. Just pick a length that works for you and keep it consistent across the series. It makes your content more predictable and easier to follow for your listeners. So to recap what we've covered, do the 30-second test before every mix, record at a lower level to preserve headroom, save your mix as a WAV file, write out your track list while it's fresh, and keep your files organized from day one. In the next episode, we're going to be taking that WAV file into Audacity to edit and master your mix. And that's where we shape the final sound. I'll see you there.